Someone requested that I share a week's worth of meals that our family eats, and I have to be honest with you, I don't love to cook. So I cook because my family has to eat and because it saves us money instead of going out to eat. But since I don't actually love cooking, I keep it super, super simple. And so today I'm just gonna share with you some meal ideas that my family likes to eat on a regular basis. And then I'm gonna come back after I share those meals with you, and I'm gonna give you some of my super simple meal planning tips. This first meal is meatball subs with homemade french fries and then some fresh grapes and blueberries that we had on hand for the week. So I make my own homemade meatballs, and it's a really pretty simple meal to make. Meal number 2 was barbecue meatballs and then just a side salad and baked potato. Meal number 3 is soft shell tacos, grapes, and some beans on the side. Meal number 4 was cheeseburgers, and my husband grilled these that night, so all I had to do was get the sides ready. We had some fresh fruits and vegetables and kind of changed it up depending on who was eating, whose plate I was filling. And then I also made some french fries. These were just ones that were frozen, and I had popped in the oven to put those as a side with the burgers. Meal number 5 is a new favorite of ours. It's barbecue chicken grilled cheese. So that's basically what it is. It's barbecue chicken with a couple slices of cheese on it, and then there's some special butter that goes on the bread, and it's really good. And then we just had a side of grapes with that. So this next meal, meal number 6, was breakfast for supper. We did a really easy one, made some pancakes, some fried eggs, some sausage, and hash browns. Meal number 7 is taco pie. This is one that my family really loves. It is crescent roll dough on the bottom and then Fritos and taco meat and then shredded cheese. And you can add all the other extras that your family likes, lettuce, tomato, sour cream, that kind of stuff. And I served it with a side of nacho chips with cheese dip and then some frozen vegetables. So I just had some peas and carrots in a frozen bag, and I cooked those up really easily in the microwave and added those as a side to go with our taco pie. Meal number 8 is Salisbury steak with rice and gravy, broccoli, and garlic cheese biscuits. I know it always helps me to see other people, what they're having to eat for dinner, so that I can get some inspiration from it as well. But a couple of tips for you. So number 1 is to create a master meal list. So I have been doing this for probably 8 years now, and it has helped me so much. I keep a list in my home management binder of all of the meals that our family enjoys eating. And so I've changed this throughout time. I even keep some other lists from like a whole month's worth of meals that we can rotate through. And these are just meals that I came up with from a few different places. So number 1, I looked at the cookbooks that I have on hand. I thought about places that our family likes to eat out at. So like my husband loves Chipotle steak. So I do a recipe that is like that. My husband loves burgers, and so we usually have burgers at least once a week. Sometimes, well, I shouldn't say at least. We usually have burgers about once a week, sometimes every other week, but it's a very frequent meal in our home. So I look for meals that we enjoy when we go out to eat. I look through my cookbooks, and then I also look on Pinterest, and I have a blog post with 125 different dinner ideas on my blog, which I will link below, but you can check that out as well for some inspiration. Okay, so once you have your master meal list to look through, then you have your main dishes ready to go, and next is just keeping it super simple. So as you saw through all of my examples, I like to do sides that are just like fruits or vegetables. We usually have some type of a bread, and so I just kind of rotate the breads. We do a garlic cheese biscuit, we do breadsticks, we do garlic bread, we do homemade biscuits, and then we also do, like I said, a fruit or a vegetable. And I will do a lot of times frozen vegetables because those are super simple to have on hand, and then they're easy to prepare. A lot of times I will roast vegetables. If I have a fresh vegetable, I'll just drizzle some olive oil over it, salt and pepper, maybe a little garlic powder, and roast it in the oven. It's really easy, and it doesn't take, I don't have to have like a special recipe to create it. And then also, as far as like the main dishes, I try not to do a lot of complicated recipes. So a lot of times we'll even do, like I said, a basic burger, or we may just do like some chicken, and I may just do, this is something that I do, I would say every other week, is I will just marinate some chicken in olive oil and soy sauce and a little bit of parsley, some garlic, salt, and pepper. And I will just marinate that for a couple of hours in the afternoon, and then I will fry it in my cast iron skillet in the evenings. It's super simple, it's really fast, and it tastes delicious. So those are just some ways that you can keep it not complicated. You don't have to follow these huge fancy recipes every single time you make a meal. And another thing is you're saving money because you're not going out and buying a bunch of different ingredients that maybe you wouldn't normally buy if you weren't making this complicated recipe. So that's what works for my family. I know it doesn't work for everyone else, especially if you love to cook and try new recipes and all that all the time. I totally understand. This is just what works for our family. I don't love cooking, so I keep it super simple. My family's okay with that, and that's what works for this season of life that we are in. So I hope that it has given you some inspiration, and always, if you have a request for a video, let me know, leave it down below, and I will do my best to answer it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see ya in the next video. Bye.